put my fingers on his neck. Nothing. No heartbeat. No breathing. But I can't believe it. I'm thinking, what if he gets up? And in that moment, I'd make this monstrous decision to crack his skull wide open. You're not going to believe what I did in the next few seconds. My name is Brian. I'm 35, and I manage IT systems for a shipping company. Boring stuff, right? Server updates, password resets. I've got a wife, Jennifer, and we have this daughter, Emma. She just turned 6 last month. For 17 years, I've been keeping a terrible secret, but I can't hold it anymore. So here's what I did. It's March 14, 2008. I'm 18 years old. Dylan Reeves has been making my life hell for 2 years now. 2 years of, God, I don't even know how to describe it. Just constant, Like I can never breathe. But then something happens. Something good. I'm standing at my locker, and Sarah Mitchell walks up to me. Sarah, this girl I've had a crush on since freshman year. And she just asks if I want to go to the spring gas with her. I remember I just stood there. I thought, wait, is this real? Is she serious? She's smiling at me, and I managed to say, I'd love to. This is it. This is my one moment of actual happiness in this miserable life. It meant everything, but Dylan finds out. I don't know how. Someone must have told him, and I guess he's furious that someone like me gets to go with her. Next day, March 13th, I'm in the cafeteria. It's lunch period, maybe 200 students in there. I'm sitting at my usual table in the corner with my tray, chicken nuggets and fries, I think. Dylan walks up. I see him coming, and my stomach it drops. I'm thinking, please not here, please not now, just leave me alone. He just grabs my tray, just snatches it right out from in front of me, and dumps the entire thing on my head. Ketchup, nuggets, everything. Then he announces to the entire cafeteria, "Hey everyone, Brian here thinks he's got a shot with Sarah Mitchell." The whole room erupts. Everyone's laughing. And I know nobody's going to do anything about it. Dylan's dad is on the school board. Dylan's untouchable. He's been reported before and nothing ever happens. I'm just sitting there with food dripping down my face. And I can't move. I'm frozen. Dylan's laughing the hardest. Look at him. You really thought a girl like that would want you? I'm trying to wipe the ketchup off and my hands are shaking. 20 minutes later, I'm in the hallway trying to get to my locker to grab my gym clothes, just trying to clean myself up. Sarah appears. She walks right up to me and says, "Brian, I can't go to the dance with you." I remember I said, "What? Why?" And she looks embarrassed, like she's ashamed to even be talking to me. She says, everyone's talking about it. I can't be associated with this. Then she walks away. I'm standing there in the hallway, still covered in dried ketchup. And I thought, that's it. That's the only good thing I've had in 2 years. And it's gone. Then Dylan finds me. End of the day, I'm walking to my last class. Dylan comes out of nowhere with 2 of his friends, Jake and Brandon, I think. They block the hallway. Dylan says, "So how's Sarah doing?" I try to walk around him. He shoves me into the lockers. Hard. My shoulder hits the metal and it makes this loud bang. Then he punches me. Right in the face. I'm not a fighter. I don't know how to fight back. I just put my hands up and he keeps going. Punches, kicks. There's maybe a dozen students watching and nobody does anything. My glasses fly off. I hear them hit the ground. I feel my nose start bleeding. Warm blood just pouring down my face. He hits me again and I fall. I'm on the ground and he kicks me in the ribs. And something in me just breaks. I look up at him and I say, and I've never talked back to Dylan, not once in 2 years. I say, "F you." Everything stops. Dylan's face changes. It goes dark. Really dark. He leans down and he says, real quiet so only I can hear, "Oh, you got a mouth now? Okay. You're going to meet me behind the auto shop tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And if you don't show up, I'm going to make shit way, way worse for you. Understand? Then he walks away. I'm lying there on the floor, blood all over my shirt. My glass is broken 3 feet away. That night, I don't sleep. I'm in my bed just staring at the ceiling thinking, what do I do? What the hell do I do? I consider not going. I think maybe if I just don't show up, maybe he'll forget about it. But I know Dylan. He doesn't forget. If I don't go, he'll find me anyway, and it'll be worse. So the next day, March 14th, I'm walking through school in this fog. I can't focus in any of my classes. I'm just watching the clock. 3:30 gets closer and closer. At 3:28, I'm standing by my locker. My hands are shaking. I'm thinking, maybe I should just run, just leave, go home. But I don't. At 3:30, I walk to the meeting spot. Behind the auto shop, there's this area. It's like a blind spot, just old storage, piles of bricks from some demolished wall. Dylan's already there, and he's holding a brick. He's smiling. He says, I'm going to f you up just enough that you'll remember your place. Dylan lunges. And, in movies, fights they're like a dance, right? You block, you punch, you duck. Real life isn't like that. Real life is just chaos. It's ugly. He swings the brick. He misses my head, thank God, but he clips my shoulder. And I scream. I think I screamed. It felt like my arm just got ripped off. I stumble back, my feet sliding on this loose gravel, and I fall. I land hard on my ass, right in the middle of that pile of debris. I'm scrambling backward, kind of crab walking, trying to get away, and my hand touches something cold, rough. Another brick, a half brick, actually. Jagged edges. I grab it. I don't even think about it. My hand just closes around it like a lifeline. Dylan is laughing. He kicks me in the leg. Then he jumps on me. We're on the ground now. The dust is everywhere, tasting like oil and dirt. He's heavy. He's so much heavier than me. He pins my left arm down with his knee. I'm thrashing. I'm trying to buck him off, but I'm weak. I've always been weak. That was the whole problem, right? He raises his Brit. He holds it up high with both hands. I look at his face, and this is the part I see when I close my eyes at night. He isn't angry anymore. He looks focused, like he's about to smash a bug. He's going to do it. I know in that second, with total clarity, I know he's not going to stop. I'm going to die behind the auto shop, and nobody is going to find me until Monday. He starts to bring the brick down, and he just pauses, like he's suddenly realizing what he's about to do. Like it's hitting him that this isn't just beating someone up anymore. This is something else. That pause, that 1 second of hesitation, that's all I need. I swing the brick up with everything I have. The brick connects right with his temple, and there's this sound, this awful crack. Like, when you step on a walnut? That sound. All the tension it leaves his body. Instantly, he slumps off me, rolls to the side, and lands on his back. I put my fingers on his neck, trying to find a pulse. Nothing. No heartbeat. No breathing. He's dead, but I can't believe it. I'm thinking, what if he gets up? He'd end me. Panic hits me like a wave. Like I literally can't breathe, and in that moment, I'd make this monstrous decision to crack his skull wide open just to make sure he's completely finished. You're not going to believe what I did in the next few seconds. I snatch the brick again and bring it down hard on his skull. Once, twice. The sound is this dull, crunching thud each time. 3, 4, blood splattering now, warm flecks hitting my face, my shirt. His skull's cracking open, wider with each hit like a melon splitting. By the 9th, it's wide open. Gray matter exposed, bone fragments everywhere. Standing there. Dylan's on the ground, not moving. His head, there's so much blood, It's spreading out from under him in this dark puddle, soaking into the dirt. I drop the brick. My hands they're shaking. No, not shaking. Vibrating. Like I stuck my fingers in an electrical socket. I think, okay, what do I do? Call someone? Yes, call 911. That's what you do, right? But then I think, wait. Dylan attacked me first. He had a brick. He was going to kill me. This is self-defense. Except who's going to believe that? Dylan's the kid everyone likes. And me? I'm the weird kid who got ketchup dumped on his head yesterday. I look at Dylan's face. His eyes are still open, just staring up at nothing. My brain is going 1,000,000 miles an hour. I thought, they're going to say I murdered him. They're going to say I lured him here. Then I hear something. Voices. Students in the parking lot. I freeze. The voices are getting louder, closer. Someone's laughing about something. I can't make out the words, but they're definitely getting closer to the auto shop. I look around. There's blood on my shirt, Dylan's blood. There's blood on my hands, on my face, probably. If someone sees me right now, I think, run. Just run. Get out of here. But I can't. My legs won't move. It's like my feet are stuck in concrete. The voices get even closer, maybe 50 feet away. I can hear footsteps on gravel now. That's when I see it. Between the auto shop wall and this old storage container, there's this gap, maybe 3 feet wide. It's filled with debris and old bricks and rusted metal, like a little canyon of garbage. And I think, what if I put Dylan there? It's Friday. Spring break starts Monday. That's 1 week, 7 days with no school, no students, no teachers. If I hide him there, I'd have time. Time to think. Time to figure out what to do. I look at Dylan again. Then I look at the gap. The voices are maybe 30 feet away now. I grab Dylan under his arms. His shirt's all wet and my hands slip at first. I get a better grip. God, he's heavy. So much heavier than I thought a person would be. I start dragging. His head makes this awful scraping sound against the gravel. His legs are just trailing behind him, limp. I'm pulling him toward the gap and my arms are screaming. My shoulder, the one he hit with the brick earlier, it feels like it's on fire, but I keep going. The voices are right there. Right on the other side of the auto shop. I shove Dylan into the gap. He gets wedged between some old metal pipes and I have to kind of fold his legs up to fit him in. I grab loose bricks and debris and I start piling them on top of him, covering him. His face disappears first, then his torso, then his legs. I hear someone say, "Totally bomb that test, dude." They're right there, 10 feet away. Maybe less. I duck down behind the storage container, my back pressed against the metal. I'm holding my breath. My heart is pounding so hard I can hear it in my ears. Footsteps crunch past. Someone laughs. Then the voices fade. They're moving toward the parking lot. I let out this breath I didn't even know I was holding. I look down at my hands. They're covered in dirt and blood. There's blood on the ground too, a big smear where I dragged Dylan. I need to cover it. Now. I start scooping loose dirt and gravel with my hands, spreading it over the blood trail. Then I grab more bricks, these broken half bricks, and I place them over the spots. It's not perfect. If someone really looked, they'd see it. But in the low light back here, with all the debris, maybe it'll work. I stand up. My legs are shaking so bad I almost fall over. Dylan's backpack is still on the ground. His phone is next to it. Must have fallen out during the fight. I grab both. I throw them into the gap on top of the debris pile covering Dylan. Then I just stand there. What did I just do? What the hell did I just do? It's 4:15 now. Maybe 4:20. I don't know. Time feels wrong. Like it's moving too fast and too slow at the same time. I'm still behind the auto shop. I can't leave yet. There's too much blood on me. My shirt, it's got these dark splatters all over the front. My jeans, too. My hands are caked in dried blood and dirt. If I walk through the parking lot looking like this, someone will definitely notice. Someone will ask questions. I need to clean up. There's a bathroom in the auto shop. The side entrance is usually unlocked. Kids sneak in there to smoke sometimes. I walk around the building, staying close to the wall. The parking lot is mostly empty now. Just a few cars left. I see Jake, Dylan's friend, getting into his truck on the far side, but he's not looking this way. I slip inside the auto shop through the side door. The bathroom is tiny. One sink, one toilet, fluorescent light that flickers. It smells like oil and piss. I turn on the sink. The water runs cold. I stick my hands under and the water turns pink, then red, swirling down the drain. I scrub. I scrub so hard my knuckles turn white. The blood's under my fingernails. I dig it out with my thumb. I look at myself in the mirror. There's blood on my face. A smear across my cheek. I wet some paper towels and wipe it off. My shirt's ruined, though. Can't fix that. I take it off, ball it up. I'll throw it away somewhere, far from here. I'm standing there in just my undershirt now. It's got some blood on it too, but not as bad. I can maybe pass it off as dirt if anyone asks. I throw the balled up shirt in the trash. Then I think better of it and pull it back out. I shove it into my backpack instead. I'll get rid of it later. I leave the bathroom. The auto shop is empty. No one's here on a Friday afternoon. I walk back outside. The sun's getting lower now. It's almost 4:30. I should go home, act normal. I start walking toward the student parking lot. That's when I see him, Jake, Dylan's friend. He's walking toward the auto shop. He's on his phone, laughing about something. I freeze. I'm standing maybe 20 feet from the corner of the building, right near where I hid Dylan's body. Jake's walking closer. He's not looking where he's going. He's just staring at his phone screen. I think he's going to see. He's going to walk right past that blood. He's going to see the gap, see the debris pile. He's going to know. I can't move. I'm just standing there watching him. Jake gets closer and closer. He's 10 feet from the blood smear now, 5 feet. He steps right over it, doesn't even glance down. He walks past the gap, past the storage container where Dylan's body is hidden, still on his phone, still laughing. Then he stops. My heart stops too. Jake's standing right there, right next to where I hid the body. He's maybe 3 feet away from the gap. He lowers his phone. He's looking at something on the ground. Oh, God, he sees it. He sees the blood. He knows. But then Jake just keeps walking. He didn't see it. Or maybe he saw it and thought it was oil or dirt. I don't know. He just didn't care. He disappears around the corner of the building. I'm standing there in shock. He didn't see. He was right there. Right there. And he didn't see. I turn and walk toward the parking lot. My car is parked on the far side, a beat-up 2001 Honda Civic my dad gave me when I got my license. I get in, lock the doors, sit there for a minute, then I start the engine and drive home. The whole way I'm thinking, Dylan's body will be there for 1 week. And then what? What happens when they find him? What happens when someone notices he's missing? I don't have answers yet, but I've got time. 7 days. I just have to stay calm. Act normal. Don't do anything suspicious. Monday, March 24th. Spring break's over. I'm walking through the front doors of the school, and everything feels off. Like I'm in one of those dreams where you're naked but no one notices, except I keep waiting for someone to point at me and scream. The hallways are buzzing, kids whispering, groups huddled around lockers. I think, okay, act normal, just get to class. But then I see them, posters, everywhere. Dylan's face staring back at me from every bulletin board, every door. His senior photo, smiling, perfect hair like nothing ever touched him. I stop for a second, just staring. My hands get clammy. I wipe them on my jeans. Someone bumps my shoulder and I jump like I've been shocked. By second period, it's all anyone talks about. Teachers are distracted, kids passing notes. Dylan's parents filed a missing person report over the weekend. Of course they did. He didn't come home Friday, didn't show up all break. And now the police are here, at school, questioning people, starting with friends, then anyone who might have had beef with him. I'm on that list. I know I am. My heart's racing so fast I can feel it in my throat. What if they find the body? What if someone saw me dragging him? I keep glancing at the clock, waiting for the hammer to drop. Lunch hits, and it's worse. The cafeteria is tense, everyone's eyes darting around. I sit alone, poking at my sandwich, not eating. Then the intercom crackles. Brian Thompson, please report to the principal's office. God, my name. Echoing through the speakers. Heads turn, whispers. I stand up, my legs feel like jelly, and walk out. The hallway's empty, just my footsteps echoing. I'm thinking, this is it. They know. They found him. The blood, the brick, everything. I get to the office. The secretary nods me in, no smile. I open the door, and there he is. Not just Principal Hargrove, a detective. Tall guy, mid-40s, cheap suit, notepad in hand. Brian, I'm Detective Morrison. Have a seat. I sit. My palms are sweating. I wipe them again, but discreetly. Hargrove's behind his desk, looking serious. Morrison leans forward. We're talking to students about Dylan Reeves. You know him? I nod. Yeah, we had some classes together. He flips a page in his notepad. Witnesses say there was an incident in the cafeteria Friday. Dylan dumped food on you. I swallow. Yeah, it was nothing. Just messing around, I guess. Morrison's eyes narrow. And after school? Did you see Dylan? He told friends he was meeting someone behind the auto shop around 3:30. Where were you at 3:30? I can feel sweat trickling down my back. I'm done. This is where it ends. I open my mouth, but nothing comes out. Just this pause. Then Hargrove clears his throat. Actually, Detective, Brian was in the nurse's office at 3:30. Isn't that right, Brian? I look up. The door opens. It's the school nurse. She's nodding. Yes, he came in right after the last bell, nosebleed from the cafeteria thing. He was with me until about 4:15. You sure about the time? Mrs. Keller doesn't blink. She says, yes, I logged it in the health book. Hargrove pulls out a folder, shows some paper. Here, time-stamped. I just sit there, stunned. This isn't true. I wasn't in the nurse's office. I was behind the auto shop, swinging that brick, dragging a body. But they're backing me up. Morrison sighs, closes his notepad. All right. If anything comes to mind, call me. He hands me a card. I take it with shaky fingers. They let me go. I think, what just happened? I have an alibi. An alibi I didn't create. The nurse she just lied for me. Why would she do that? But now the police are looking elsewhere. I'm off the hook. For now. 3 weeks go by. And I'm starting to think maybe I actually got away with it. I'm sleeping again. Not well, but I'm sleeping. The nightmares are still there. Sure, but during the day I can almost pretend it didn't happen. April 8th, Tuesday. I'm walking to third period, history, I think, and I noticed people running. Not like normal running, like panicked running. Toward the windows. Someone grabs my arm. This kid I barely know, Marcus something. He says, dude, there's cops behind the auto shop. Like, a lot of cops. My stomach just falls right through the floor. I walk to the window. My legs are moving, but I don't feel them. I look out and I see everything. Police cars, yellow tape everywhere. There's this cluster of officers standing right next to the storage container, right next to the gap. I can't breathe. I literally cannot breathe. My chest is tight, my vision's going kind of gray around the edges, and I think I'm going to pass out right here in the hallway. The intercom crackles. Principal Hargrove's voice. All students, please return to your homerooms immediately. The school is on lockdown until further notice. I'm thinking about fingerprints. I'm thinking about the brick. My fingerprints are on that brick. And blood. My blood from when Dylan hit my shoulder. It probably mixed with his blood, right? DNA. They can do DNA now. They can trace everything. I'm done. It's over. It's finally over. I spend the next 2 hours in homeroom. Nobody talks. Teachers are white as ghosts. Rumors are flying. Someone says they found bones. Someone else says it's definitely Dylan. I just sit there, staring at my desk. At 1 p.m., they start pulling kids out again. Everyone who ever had problems with Dylan, that's like 20 people. Dylan wasn't exactly beloved by everyone. But I'm one of them. It's 2:30. My name gets called. Same office, same detective. Morrison's sitting there with his notepad, but he looks different. Tired, frustrated, maybe. He says, "Brian, thanks for coming in again." I nod. I don't trust my voice. He flips through some papers. "We found Dylan Reeves' remains this morning behind the auto shop in a debris pile." I try to look shocked. I don't know if it works. I just say, "Oh my God." Morrison leans back. "Here's the thing, Brian. The body was badly decomposed. 3 weeks in that heat, the moisture. We're working with limited evidence." I'm trying not to react, trying to keep my face neutral. But inside, I don't even know. Hopeful? Terrified? Both? The skull was cracked open, blunt force, multiple blows. But we haven't recovered anything useful. I nod slowly. That's terrible. Morrison closes his folder. And then he says something I never expected. We're pivoting. We pulled Dylan's father's emails. Turns out, Mr. Reeves has a lot of enemies. There's a guy, Stephen Miller. His son was hospitalized after an incident with Dylan sophomore year. Miller sent emails. Detailed ones. Threats. He looks at me, and for the first time, his eyes aren't suspicious. They're sympathetic. He lets me go. I walk out of that office, and my legs are shaking so bad I have to lean against the wall for a second. I took a life. I hit his body. And the universe just covered for me. 2 months later, I'm at the grocery store with my mom. It's a Saturday, late afternoon, and she's picking through the produce aisle, squeezing avocados, doing the mom thing. I'm just there, pushing the cart, trying to be normal, and then I steal it. Someone's eyes on me. I look up. There's this guy standing by this cereal aisle, mid-50s, gray hair, button-up shirt. He's staring right at me. I recognize him, Mr. Patterson, the auto shop teacher. He starts walking toward me. Slow, deliberate. My mom's still examining avocados, completely oblivious. Patterson stops right in front of me. He doesn't say anything at first, just looks at me with this expression that I can't read. Then he leans in close and says, real quiet, "I need to talk to you, alone." My mom turns around, sees Patterson, smiles that polite stranger smile. "Hi there." Patterson nods at her, then back to me. "Meet me at the diner downtown, tomorrow, noon." He walks away before I can respond. My mom says, "Who was that?" I managed to say, "Teacher from school." That night, I don't sleep. Again, I'm just lying there thinking, he knows. Sunday, 11:45 a.m. I'm sitting in a booth at the diner. It's this greasy little place. It smells like burnt coffee and bacon. I'm staring at the menu, but I'm not reading it. My leg won't stop bouncing under the table. Patterson walks in at noon exactly. He sits across from me, doesn't say hi, doesn't order anything, just looks at me. Finally, he says, "That Friday before spring break, I was in the back office of the shop doing inventory. I heard yelling, but I ignored it. Then it got quiet, too quiet. So I looked out the side window. It looked right out onto the debris pile. I stopped breathing. The world narrows down to just his face. I saw you, he says. He says it so simply. I saw you drag him. I saw you shove him into that gap. I saw you piling the bricks. Oh, God. I'm done. I'm so done. That's it. He's got me. I feel this heat rising in my chest, my vision blurring. I'm thinking, run. Just stand up and run out the door, or confess right here, beg him not to tell. But then he says Dylan destroyed my daughter. Patterson's jaw tightens. 4 years ago, when she was a freshman, he made her life absolute hell. Every single day. Humiliated her in front of everyone. Posted photos of her online, private photos she sent to someone she trusted, called her names I won't repeat. He's not looking at me anymore. He's staring at the table. We had to transfer her to another school. I don't know what to say. Patterson reaches into his jacket, pulls out an envelope, slides it across the table. Open it. I do. Inside, photos, printed emails, handwritten notes, documentation, dates, times, incidents. Dylan tormenting students, dozens of them. Patterson's daughter, the nurse's son, others I don't even recognize. Patterson says I've been collecting evidence for years. Every time Dylan destroyed someone, I documented it, waiting for the right moment to do something. He looks at me now. Really looks at me. I saw you that Friday. I saw the blood. After you left, I went back there, cleaned it up. The smears you missed. My voice cracks. Why? He stands up, puts a hand on my shoulder. He says because someone needed to stalk him, and I'm saying thank you. Then he turns and walks out. I'm sitting there alone, shaking, just shaking. October 2012. 4 years later, I'm a senior in college now. I'm in my dorm room, surrounded by textbooks, eating cold takeout. Just living, you know? My phone buzzes on the desk and it's an unknown number. I kick up. And I hear a voice I haven't heard since high school. Brian, this is Detective Morrison. The room starts spinning and I grip the edge of my desk. He says, we're reopening the Reeves case. New forensic technology. We can pull touch DNA from evidence we couldn't process back in 2008. We need a sample from you, just to rule you out. I go to the station the next morning. I sit in that chair, and a technician sticks a long Q-tip in my mouth. I feel the cotton scraping against the inside of my cheek. I'm thinking, this is it. This is how it ends. And my DNA is probably all over that debris pile. I leave the station, and I go straight to the bank. I withdraw everything, $3,000. I pack a bag, jeans, hoodies, passport. I shove it under my bed. The next 2 weeks are, God, they're torture. I can't focus on anything. I'm failing my classes. I start researching, late nights on my laptop, Googling countries with no extradition treaties. Every time there's a knock on my dorm door, my heart stops. Every phone call, I think it's Morrison, telling me they know. Then, on a Thursday afternoon, 2 weeks and 3 days after I gave that DNA sample, Morrison calls again. Brian, can you come down to the station? We got the results. I drive home shaking the whole way. I keep thinking about running, just turning the car around, driving to the airport, getting on the first international flight. But I don't. I walk into the station. Morrison brings me into the same interrogation room, same gray walls, same metal table. He sits down. He opens a file. He looks at me and says, we found skin cells under Dylan's fingernails. I stop breathing. I literally stop breathing. I'm waiting for the handcuffs. I'm waiting for him to say, it's you, Brian. Morrison taps the file. It was a match. I close my eyes. I think, okay, don't cry, just take it. It matched a guy named Trevor Hayes. My eyes snap open. Dylan's cousin, Morrison says. He was staying with the Reeves family that semester. We brought him in this morning, and he cracked in 10 minutes. I'm staring at Morrison. My brain can't process the words. Turns out, Morrison says, leaning back, Trevor had massive gambling debts, owed money to some bad people. Dylan found out and threatened to tell his dad. Trevor panicked. Met him behind the auto shop to shut him up. Morrison says, case closed. You're free to go. So that was it. Case closed. Trevor Hayes went to prison for something he didn't do. And I just kept living. I finished college, got the IT job, met Jennifer at a coffee shop in 2015. She ordered this complicated drink, and I made a joke about it, and we got married 2 years later. Emma was born in 2019. And every single day for the last 17 years, I've thought about Dylan. Not in the way you would think, though. I don't feel guilty. Exactly. I mean, it was self-defense, right? He was going to kill me with that brick. I genuinely believe that. But here's the thing nobody tells you about taking someone's life. You don't get to stop thinking about them. Ever. I think about who Dylan could have become. Maybe he would have grown out of being a bully. Maybe he would have had kids of his own, learned empathy, or maybe he would have stayed exactly who he was. I'll never know. Patterson died in 2020. Heart attack. I went to his funeral. His daughter was there. She's a teacher now. She looked okay, happy even. Trevor Hayes died in prison in 2024. That one's harder to carry. I'm sitting in my living room. Emma's watching cartoons. She's laughing at something, this big, pure laugh. And I'm thinking, I don't know if what I did was right or wrong anymore. All I know is I'm glad I got to hear that last. I'm glad I got 17 years I shouldn't have had. Dylan didn't get any of that. So yeah, that's the terrible thing I did when I was 18. Make of it what you will.